Hello everyone, this is Nizam Mahmood. Welcome to my video. Today we are going to discuss Windows built-in command part 2. I already published part 1 on this topic. In the description section, I provide the link. I highly recommend to watch that video as well. So basically the goal of this video to make you familiar some useful command that we use in our day-to-day IT practice. So regardless of our job in the real world, in IT, like I can be a network administrator, I can be a software developer, or I can be a like a database administrator or cybersecurity officer. All of us, we need this command in our day-to-day IT practice. So today we are going to discuss the command that you can see on the screen. So let's start with the net share command. Basically, net share command we use to share some folder so that the content of this folder can be easily accessible from the remote machine. So let's say this type of scenario, we work in a project in 10 people in that team, and we now centralize a folder so that our team member can upload or download the files on that folder, and it can be visible for that 10 people. But from the security point of view, definitely we do not want everybody else in that organization can view or has not only view, maybe read and write permission. So we can easily take care of that permission issue as well. So net share, basically we use this on this purpose. So let's do it in a graphical first to give you some more context. So let's say if I go to this PC first, and then my C drive, I create a folder here, right click new, and let's say my folder name equal to, give a name, any name. Let's say in this case I use project, and let's say 20 under C drive. And now I want to share this folder. So I right click, go to properties, and then go to sharing. And you see that by default, not any folder is shared. So it is not shared, as you can see here, not shared. That means this folder cannot be visible from a remote machine. So if you want to make it visible, I go to advanced sharing, and I see there is a checkbox called share this folder. If I click this checkbox and the share name, so basically share name in the folder name is by default is the same. If you want, you can change this name, something else, and then go to permission, and by default, everyone has read permission. So if I click OK and click OK again, so now you see that this folder is now shared. So if I copy this path, look, this is called network path. So that means / computer name. This computer name equal to this, like a desktop some -RCB something, and then / project 20. Project 20 is my folder shared name, right? So if I give my team member, hey, this is the folder that is shared, anybody from their laptop, from their system, and they can easily open this folder, and then they can upload or download file based on their permission. Okay, so if I click close it, it is now shared. How to accomplish the same goal from the command prompt? So if I now open CMD, right click, open run as administrator. Now my CMD prompt is here. So let's say I first go to my C drive, cd/, and now on my root or C prompt, let's say create a folder called MD. Let's say my project name is called project 30. I want to share this folder. So net share, and my share name, let's say project 30, equal to, where is the location of this file? C:/project 30. Now, if you care about the permission, I can say, okay, grant : everyone. And I want to give everybody, let's say, full permission for now, just for the demo purpose. So net share is the command, net space share, then space the folder, like how I want to show the people that, hey, this is the name of the share called project 30, then equal to the actual location of the folder. So folder is under C:, right? We create this folder under C. So C:/ project 30, then grant everyone full permission. If I press enter, look, project 30 was shared complete successfully. So that means now this folder is shared successfully. So now if I give this name, this like a path, network path to my colleagues, my team members, they can easily open this folder from their machine. So let's say what is the formula we learned in the GUI? That / computer name / folder name. So what is my computer name? Host name, right? We can easily say host name. So this is my computer name. So now if I copy this path, edit, copy. So in my, let's say now my friend, my colleague is called John. So I give, hey John, from your machine, type this path. Right? / computer name / my folder name is called project 30. Right? Project, make sure that is not a spelling mistake. PROJ, project 30. So John should be open that folder on his machine. Look, project 3, project 30 open from his machine, right? So this is the beautiful way how we can share the folder to the team members so that they can open the folder from their machine. So this way, if you just type net share, like how many folder you already shared. If you want to view that, just type net share. It will say, okay, hey, in this machine, you have two folder you have shared. One is project 20 and one is project 30. The name of the share and the actual location of the folder project C:/ project 20 and C:/ project 30, right? It's a very cool command. So now let's say another command called net use. Sometimes we need to, because it is hard to memorize for you to remember the computer names, because the formula is that / computer name / folder name. So let's say in every day, I have to open this type of 5, 6, 10 shared folder, and it's not always possible for me to memorize this path, network path. So I can easily create an alias or like a kind of we call map drive. I can easily give a name. So okay, net use the command called net use, give a name. Let's say I might give a name called, let's say, K drive. So my K drive equal to / that path that I'm going to use. So my / computer name / let's say project 30. Project 30. So now I'm give a new name called K drive. So from going forward, I do not need to rememorize that, okay, / computer name and project 30. I say, okay, my K drive equal to project 30, right? So this is done. So if I just press K drive, just press K colon. Now I am under K colon, type dir. I can see the content. Right now, there is no content. We didn't put any file there. But let's assume there are hundreds of files. I can now see all those files under my K drive. So this is a really cool item, that how to net share, how to share a folder, how can create an alias called net use, or how to map a drive called net use command. Sometimes I found if you are like an entry-level position that you are looking for, this is the interview question, like how you can share a folder, how to create a map drive. So this is the command now you know. Okay, so let's proceed. Next command, we are going to learn net user and net accounts. So net accounts, so let's start with the net accounts. So net accounts, this command basically, it is most useful, let's say I'm a cybersecurity officer. So if I type this command net account, it will give me the password policy in that particular computer. So if I say, look here, that passwords have force user log of how long after time expires, never. That means there is no restriction here, how long it will be, you can turn on this machine. Minimum password is 0. Maximum password is 40. That means every 42 days, password must be changed. But minimum password length equal to 0. So this is not good, right? At least every computer has a password policy that, okay, password might be 8 character, 12 character, right? Whatever based on the organization policy. So this is, in this case, it is missing. So I can easily, if I'm a cybersecurity officer, I can say, hey, why password length policy is not established in this computer, right? So this is the way net accounts command helpful for us, right? So net user, another nice command. This command actually will help you to identify how many user in this machine that already created. So as you can see, here there is a user called administrator, blue team 01, HR 01, and red team 1. These are the account created in this particular machine, right? So if you want to create a new user here, you can use a net user. Let's say you're in this case, let's say you guys are working, let's say from accounting department. So you can use accounting ACTT01 and their password like so you create a user called ACCT01 and then password, let's say give a password, let's say ABCDF star 12345 and then /add. So this will add a new user called ACCT01 and that password equal to ABCDF star 12345. Here you go. So now if you type net user, you see now previously you see all other account, but now you see the new user that you just added called add01. So this way, another command called add like a net local group. Net local group. How many local group on this system? So you can see these are the built-in local group called administrators, then device operator. Like these are the built-in group, and the most important one administrator. So the member of this group, actually the local administrator of this computer. So now if I want to add, let's say the ACT01 under this group, I can easily accomplish this group, this command, net local group, let's say administrators. So this is the name of the group and I want to add ACCT01. This guy, just slash add. Now, ACCT01 will be the member of local administrator as well. So I create a new user, I add that user under a group, and here you go. Now that ACCT01 user is part of the administrator group. So these are very handy tool. If I am, let's say, in the real world, mostly this type of command is used by the network administrator type of people, right? So, but again, as I said, it is useful for everybody as well. Okay, so what is the next command? So next command, let's see here. So we talk about net share, net use, net user, net accounts, net local, net config. Net config command actually also another useful command, but it is most useful if I have a, let's say my computer is part of the domain. So this computer is not part of domain. So let's say net config. Basically, okay, if a computer is part of the domain, so let's say in this case server and workstation, etc., right? So it will give you some domain information, but as this computer is not part of domain, so we are not getting too much information here. So let's move on. So then we talk about query related commands. So like you see the reg query, reg save, and reg add. So registry editor, in my first video, I talked a little bit about registry. Registry basically is a database where Windows keep all Windows hardware information, operating system related information, and the application running on the top of the operating system. All information Windows keep in a database called registry. Very important database. If somehow this database got corrupted, the computer will not function properly. So the use case of to know the registry is two cases. Basically, let's say I'm a network administrator. I want to change the behavior, something. I want to know my computer name and I want to change my computer name, or I want to some modification. If I have a knowledge and a skill, I can go to the registry. I can change that modification there. At the same time, let's say I'm a cybersecurity officer. I want to harden my computer. I want to disable, let's say, so all the insecure protocol like SMB version 1 or like a FTP or some other insecure protocol or services. I can easily modify my registry so that this command will be helpful. So that's a reg query. So if I normally from the command prompt, if I just type regedit command, so let me type CLS, it will clean my screen, regedit. If I just type just regedit, it will open the registry editor like this. So by default, as you can see, it has, these are the key. Like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys are here. These are the registry database and they segmented into machine, users, software, etc. So basically we'll be using the local machine. These are the main one. So let's say there is a scenario. I want to know how many software installed on my machine. That's what I want to know for some reason. So I can easily accomplish this goal. I can type it, let's say regedit, reg. So reg, I can say, let's say reg query. query query, and now query the location. So I have to know that, okay, hklm slash software, and yeah, just type like a rich query hklm software. Let's see what he goes. Here you go. So he say, hey, these are the software installed on my machine. 7-zip, Amazon, Apple, blah, whatever, look, right? It's all the software installed on. So if I want to make if I redirect this file, let's say type redirect sign, and I want to save it to my computer, temp folder, let's say give a name called software.txt. Let's say there is a scenario, my team lead asking me, hey, Nizam, can you copy all the software installed on this machine and send to me that information. So I just now save it to a file, and this file under my temp folder. If I now open my temp folder here, I can easily see under temp folder that file is, this is temp and the software.txt, all the files here. I mean, all the data, like all the information, I can see it here. So raise query is a very useful command, as you can see now. So next command we are going to is raise save. This is also another favorite command that especially is I use this command from the cybersecurity point of view. Let's say I want to export something. One of the most use case that I use that is called in any Windows operating system, it memorize actually the password. How many people log into this computer before? Who are those people and what is their password? As we know that password actually stored in a computer in an encrypted format, but I can easily I can export that file using this save command. So within the Windows, there is a database called SAMS. SAM actually called Security Access Manager or System Access Manager. So this location, Windows stored all the password related information. So it is also, as I said, everything under registry. So if I know where is the location, I can using the raise save command, raise save. So HKLM. So it is sitting down under HKLM registry, and the name of the database called SAM. So I say, hey, raise save, then location of my whatever I am going to backup. And then where I want to go up, let's say I want to back up to my C drive, C temp, and I give a name. Let's say call any name I can say. So in this case, I just call sam.save. So now, if I say operation completed successfully. So this is my database I back up and I give a name called sam.save. So now if I go to my C drive, definitely under temp sam.save. Of course, it is, I cannot read this file. It is encrypted. If you double click, you see some kind of garbage character like this. But now there is a technique how to decrypt this thing from this file. Okay, so at least I can back up, and then later on I can debug, I can do some analysis, etc. So raise save is another nice command called raise save, right? Then raise add. So another nice command called raise add. Let's say this is actually my favorite command, because let's say I'm a security officer. I want to implement harden hundreds of register hardening control. I want to disable SMB version 1. I want to change the parameter from, let's say, one location to another location, etc. All I can accomplish using implementing a new registry key. So basically, registry key creation, I can easily do it. Let's say just show you graphically. Let's say I want to create a registry key under system or in any location. So I right click new. You see that I can create any key or a string value, binary, whatever I like, I can. So let's say dword value, and I can give a name of that value, and then the type equal to range underscore dword, and this is the value. So this is like a kind of a parameter. I can quit graphically. At the same time, I can accomplish this goal using a raise add command. So let's say I want to disable SMB version 1 in my system. So how to do that? So SMB version, if I go to show you the graphically, so if I say, okay, system, current control set. So if you go here, current control set, where is current? Here you go. And then let's say under that, I go to the services. And under services, there is LAN-man manager. So let me make it a little bigger here. So just LAN-man. If we just type LAN-man server, LAN-man workstation, as you can see, expand this thing, there should be something called parameters. Here is the parameters. So you can see right now there is no key called SMB version 1. So when I did my homework, I said, okay, I want to create a registry key to disable SMB version 1. So this is the location. So I say, okay, I right click, I can create a new key here. Let's say my dword value, and I give a name called SMB version 1. And then I say, okay, it is the value equal to, let's say 0, 0, 0. 0 means it is a disable. So yeah, I can do it graphically like this way, or I can write the command. So command is good thing is that if it is a script, so I can share this script to my IT people. Hey, this is can you run this registry key to any, like there are 10,000 machines. So they can easily deploy this registry key to all 10,000 machines, right? So how to accomplish this call from the using the rageadd command. So let's say rageadd, and I say, okay, HK LM. So we have to, we have to write down that path, right? System slash, let me see what is that. So this is the like a system, then current control set services LAN server parameter. So you have to type whole path here, right? So system current control set, then slash, let's say services, and then LAN server, and then parameters, right? And then you can create a like a syntax. Okay, this is the under that you have to create a value equal to this, registry key equal to this, right? So before I go there, I just type it here, but I can do it much better way. So before that, I want to show you the syntax. So let's say I want to know more about this reset command. The beauty of the DOS, every command has a manual. Like it has a lot of syntax, a lot of switches, and you don't need to memorize. So let's say reset slash question mark. After any command, if you put slash mark, it will give you the details, some kind of manual of that command. Look here. So it now tell you that, hey, look, reset. Now the key name slash v means value name, then t means type, d means data, right? F means what kind of value, etc. And so these are the, if you read this manual properly, you can easily accomplish your goal here. So let's say we can follow like this. Raise at HKLM software, and then V equal to like a, like in this case, SMB version 1, T equal to dword value, and then slash D equal to what is my value. Let's say in this case, we'll be using 0000, right? How many zero, like whatever zero, right? I can 6 0, 1, 2, 3, because it is hexadecimal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can put 80 here as well. Okay. So to accomplish this goal value, so let me go back here. Because we have to make sure that you are not typing the spelling mistake. So I just copy this path, right? And then I type raise at, and then path this. So this is my path. I am telling my computer, go to this path, right? And then just watch. So then I say, okay, parameters. Then I say, okay, my value should be SMB version 1, right? So I can say, okay, slash D, SMB version 1, right? So my bad, I have to put slash B, then SMB version 1, right? And then dash T, what type of register? So in this case, it is a dword value, right? So if you make sure the dword value you do not read. So look here, the spelling, look DWR, right? So D word. So make sure that D, then WRD. In this case, they use like a range underscore binary. So we are not using binary, we'll be using DWRD. So this is what type of register it is. It is a D word value. And then slash D, that's 80. That means 8 hexadecimal. 0 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So I'm expecting if I run this command, it will create a value called SMB version 1, and it is a DWOT type of registry, and its value equal to 0. Oops, definitely I did something wrong here. Let me see. Is erase that, and then SMB version 1, DWOT. I believe I didn't type properly the DWOT, the name of the DWOT. SMB1, let me type again. Yeah, so here I will just follow their syntax. I believe he doesn't like my, when I say HK underscore local underscore machine. So let's type it HKLM. HKLM. Okay. This is the, if I now press enter, oops, still it doesn't like it. So HKLM / system current control set services landman server parameters. Let me double check. Yeah. So /v equal to what type of I want, call SMB version 1, and then /t equal to reg binary. So let me say, probably he doesn't like this word. So let's say /t reg underscore binary, reg underscore binary, and then d. Okay. I'm just following their format. Here you go. Now it takes, yeah. So I think the it is some case sensitive in this case. Look at reg underscore binary. So now if it is work, so if I go here and just refresh parameters, you see that it created a registry. It was not before, right? It is a assembly version 1. It is now value equal to 0. Okay. So this is really very nice. So here, I'm not sure it will work here or not. Probably it will, because it should be DWOT value. So if I say reg binary, I believe, so you see, let me see how they work here. Called reg underscore DWOT. So what I've done, let me delete it, delete it, yes. I can, so this is good, this is troubleshoot, right? So we are troubleshooting. So what are you going to do? Instead of, before I just type DWOT, right? So I said DWOT, DWOT. So let's reg underscore DWOT. Now I'm hoping that it will create a DWOT value. Here you go. So now just refresh. You see SMB1 perfect. It now created registry key for us, and it is a binary. So now in this machine, SMB version 1 is disabled now. So now this is the way I can easily share this information to my network people. Say, hey, can you run this? Because now let's say this is my test machine. It works now. I can easily give this information to my to other people, like to my IT people. So hey, run this command. Let's assume they have 10,000 Windows machine. They want to run this command, all those 10,000 machine using some tools, so they can easily deploy this script to that 10,000 machine. Reset command. Very nice and useful command, right? Okay, so let's move on. Next, we can talk about netsh, another useful command. I really like this command. This command basically network interface, how many network interface in my machine. As you know that in many cases today, so we have a Wi-Fi connection, we have a LAN connection, right? So if I want to see the graphically, there is a command called ncpa.cpl. If you type this command, it will show you all the network interface. In this case, you see that I have Bluetooth, Ethernet, Wi-Fi connection 1, Wi-Fi connection 2, etc. So I can complete this goal using netsh command here. So let me clean the screen. CLS means clean the screen. So if I type netsh interface, then let's say IP show address. So it will show me, basically it will show me all the interfaces that install in my, all configured in my system. Here you go. So you see that I have one interface called Ethernet, another one called local area connection 11, local area connection 2, Wi-Fi 2, and Wi-Fi 1. And it's not only give the name, but also it give me the IP address. Each interface, what is the associated IP address, it also show me that information as well. So if I want to filter this thing, the filter command and this pipe command that I talked last in the video one as well, right? So pipe, and then let's say find string, another nice utility called find string. What I'm looking for, let's say IP address, such as IP address. So this is kind of a query, right? Okay, I'm not interested of everything. I'm only interested about IP address. So here you go. So now it shows you all the IP address that associated with those interfaces. So this is definitely a useful command. But most useful command here that I really like it, that I want to see how many Wi-Fi connection and what is their profile and what is their password, etc. So let's say net sh wlan, and I can say show profiles. How many profiles I have that I configure on this system. Let's say I have a laptop, it has a Wi-Fi connection. I go to work, I come to my home, I go to hotels, I go to my friend's house. Wherever I connected this, every time it create a profile. So I want to see those profiles. And it is saved somewhere in the computer. So if I type this command, I'm expecting it will show me, look here. It is showing me, okay, you have a profile. So one profile, he say Nizam Home. Another one, he says some cog. So I don't memorize it. Is what is this? Probably I went to hotels or somewhere. And then Genia Home. These are the profile that configured in this system. So cool. So now I want to know a specific. Let's say I want to know, okay, what is the password for Nizam Home? Right? This is the profile name, but what is the password for this profile? So if I want to know this thing, so I say, okay, net sh, then I can say, okay, let me profile wlan, I think show, then profile. So what is the profile equal to here? Profile name equal to, let's say Nizam Home, right? Nizam Home, and the key equal to clear. That means show me the key in a clear text. That's what I'm trying to accomplish, right? Key equal to clear. So if I run this command, let me see. So he says, okay, you have a profile name equal to Nizam Home. And then if you slowly scroll down, let's say somewhere it should show me the password of Nizam Home. No, I didn't see, maybe go up. So we started here, right? So Nizam Home, Wi-Fi, yes, WLAN, Nizam Home, and slowly down, here you go. Look, security setting, right? And he very nice info, like authentication WPA2, then key content. Look here, Rogers. This is the password of Nizam Home. Right? Cool, right? And then same thing, like if you want to accomplish, let's say this scenario, someone come to my house, they say, hey, Nizam, give me the password. I want to connect my phone. I want to connect my laptop. Right? So many times it happened, right? Okay. So I give them password and they connected. But now let's say scenario, there is a bad guy. He say, hey, somehow he sit down in my computer and he say, okay, because he's a smart guy. He say, okay, run this command. When he run this command, he can easily see the password on my system. He doesn't need to ask me, right? He can get that password and configure whatever he want, right? So this is cool, right? Cool stuff that I can now see the password. If I want to change my password, or let's say another scenario, I forgot my password. So I can come here, I can easily see what is the password, okay? So this is another nice command for sure. Okay, let's see what next. So next command we are going to talk about NSLOOKUP. So NSLOOKUP is like a DNS query. In the video one, I discuss about what is the definition of DNS. So basically DNS is a service provider, or it is actually a network service or network server it is a, like if somebody asks us what is a DNS server, we can say DNS server is a service that provide the computer name and associated IP address and vice versa. That means computer one communicate with computer two with IP address, not by name. So when I type www.facebook.com, computer does not understand what is facebook.com. It is just for our human to understand facebook.com, cnn.com. But computer actually communicate each other by IP address. IP means internet protocol. So who is the translator? Who knows what is the IP address of facebook.com? That is the DNS server. So DNS server is a database who contain the information about computer name into IP address. So when I type facebook.com, in the background, it goes to my DNS server and asking DNS server, hey, what is the IP address of facebook.com? DNS check his database and provide that information to me. And so that way my browser now goes to the internet and hit the target. So NSLOOKUP actually the DNS query. Again, it is a built-in command. If I go to my computer, so let's say here, CLS and type NSLOOKUP and you press enter. Now if I okay, set all, it's okay. And then it's okay. Let's say facebook.com. I want to know the facebook.com IP address. I just type facebook.com. My DNS will say, hey, facebook.com IP address is 31.13.80.80.36. If it's okay, I want to know cnn.com. It should give me the IP address of cnn.com as well. So NSLOOKUP is a very cool tool and very widely used actually. But it has so many parameters. So if you now type exit command, so if I type NSLOOKUP and then /? Remember we talked about manual. So if you read this manual, you can get a lot of information as well. Or if you go to Google, you'll see lots of topics actually related to NSLOOKUP. Okay, so now basically NSLOOKUP is a DNS query. If I want to see what is the IP address of server one, what is the IP, or I just know the IP address, I do not know the server name or computer name, I can say, hey, this is the IP, can you tell me what is the name of that computer? So every organization has their own DNS server. You can accomplish easily this goal using the NSLOOKUP command. Okay, cool. Let's see what the next. Next, we'll be going to discuss about check disk and SFC. So SFC, like the scan file systems checker, system file checker. SFC means, and check disk are called hard disk related information. So let's say my computer got slowed down, or my hard disk got fragmented. Performance is now really slow. I don't know what to do. So this type of scenario, I can easily run this check disk command. So if I type CLS, like the chk dsk, so this is the one line command. And then again, type /? I highly recommend before you practice every command place, and then after that /? You'll see the read the manual. So you do not need to Google it. You do not need to read any books. This manual is more than enough for you to practice, right? So let's see if you type /scan, it will run online scan on the volume. So let's say your hard drive got some corrupted or some corruption. Okay, let's run this scan, like this command. So scan, and let's say now it's okay. F means okay, you verify, you scan it, or I want to repair something /R. I'm not going to do it because it will interrupt this class. But if you want, you can run this command and see what going on. Same thing like a SFC command. SFC then /? Again, same manual. So look here, SFC /scan now. It will scan my system. Then if I want to scan a specific something, let's say my DLL file got corrupted. So it's okay, SFC /verify file equal to location of my file. It will verify that thing. And if I say, okay, try to fix it, if I go fixing parameter, it try to fix it as well. So both this command is useful for troubleshoot our hard drive related info issue, right? It slow down, performance problem, etc. Okay, let's see what next. So next we are going to talk about the task list and task kill. So this is also another two command. So task list, let me clear the screen. So if I say task list, this command basically will show me all the executable running on my system. There you go. So you can see this command, if you go on the top, you see that when I type task list, it gives me all the information running on my system. Plus, also every like utility, you see on that there is something called PID. P means process ID. Everybody has a associated process ID and how much memory that you utilize. For example, registry is using 42,532K memory, right? Almost 42 megabyte, right? So if you look at all the utility, how many system is running, let's say again, you want to troubleshoot something, you say, hey, my computer got slowed down, who's using lots of memory, or maybe how I can figure it out. You can easily accomplish this goal using task kill. You can similar graphical tool if you open task manager, and you can see, and this is a graphical way you can view. So now it has actually more column. It's a CPU utilization, memory utilization, disk and network, and of course GPU utilization, etc. Right? So if you want to kill something or like end task something, for example, in this case, Zoom is now, look, as you can see, it is consuming 21% of my CPU. So it's okay. I do not need this utility to run anymore. I right click, I click end task. It will end that utility and that particular application or utility, right? So same thing. I can accomplish this thing here as well. So let's say I have decided to kill something. For example, which one I should choose. So let's say one that okay. So let's assume that we are now going to kill registry, because this is the registry is running here. So I can easily close. I want to close it. So let me see registry. I saw something here. Registry PID number 123. So let's say if I decided to kill registry here, I can say, I can use another command called task kill. So it's not kill actually, it is kind of end task, right? Task kill. So I can say, okay, what is the name of my kill thing? So okay, minus force, F means forcefully, I'm going to do that. And then I can say space PID and the PID number of that particular utility. So in this case, registry, say I already saw before. What is the registry? It's a 124, right? So it's okay, 124. 124. So if I type correctly here, so task kill slash force slash the slash PID and the number of the PID. And though he say, yeah, the error, the process with PID could not be terminated, access denied. So he say, probably this is not a command, probably, oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, it is not a run as administrator from it is. So if I run the same command from my other window, I think I have to run it from here. This is my elevated command, right? Like a run as administrator kind of command. So it will open for me. Okay. So anyway, so this way you can kill a command that like using the task kill programmatically, or you can go to the graphically, how, like open the task manager, right click, and then end task, it will kill that particular task for us. The last command I pick in this slide I have called shutdown. So again, another nice cool command. Let's say, so you can say, hey, what the deal? I can easily shut down my machine, right? But let's say in the more think the little advanced level, I want to reboot my machine every night at 1 a.m. Think that way. I want to reboot my machine every day at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm an IT people, I'm a developer, I'm a network administrator. So I do not want to run it manually. Okay, because 4 a.m. I'm not in front of computer. I want computer automatically reboot at 4 a.m. How to accomplish this goal? So I can easily create a batch file or a command called shutdown. So basically shutdown command, if you go to here, let's say I want to shut down. So shutdown, let's see the manual first. So shutdown / question mark. It will give you all the parameters, right? So read carefully. So you can see shutdown -R. So if you look minus R, full shutdown and restart the computer. That means shut down and restart the computer. Okay. And then if you want to put more parameter here, you can easily place the time and whatever you want. You can put that type of thing as well. Did they give some example here? No, I didn't. Okay. So now I can say, okay, shut down, right? And then I can say, /R. So if I just simply run this command, this computer will now shut down and shut down and reboot. Okay. So I can make it little bit more programmatic here. Look at now /FW. Okay, if I want to. So what is F, what is W means you can read down from here, right? And the parameter, right? FW means combine with the shutdown option to cause the next boot to go to the firmware user interface. So it is a little advanced. I think you don't need even to be honest this thing. So let's say as I said, my use case, I want to reboot my machine at 4 a.m. What should I do? So in the video one, I showed you how to create a batch file. So I'm going to repeat that section. So let's say for step one, I open a notepad and then I type shut down my command, what I want, shutdown /R. Just simply this command. Then file, save as, and I give the name like a shutdown, give a name of this .bat because it is a batch file I call .bat, all files, right? And say I want to save it to, let's say in my project 20 folder or any location you like, right? So file name equal to shutdown.bat, and so I save it. So this is the batch file. So if I double click this batch file, or if I command from here, if I now go to that folder, right? So if I go to CD, I save it under project 20 folder, I guess, right? And dir, it is here. You can see shutdown.bat. If I just now type shutdown, just name of this file, it will now reboot my machine. But I want 4 o'clock. I'm not in front of computer. So what I can do? So I can easily make it little programmatically. And again, there is another utility the Windows have called task scheduler. Remember we talked about last video as well. So if I type task scheduler or task manager, whatever. So if I open that task scheduler utility, and then in the right side, you can see there is a task scheduler library, and then highlight this, and then in the right side, create a basic task. When you double click create a basic task, then give it, okay, shut down the machine. Shut down, right? And reboot and underscore reboot. You can give a name, right? So that other people know what is the name of the job, and it's okay. Give a description, shut down and reboot the machine every day at 4 a.m. Just give a description so people knows what the purpose of this job, right, or this task. Click next. Now daily, you want to run daily, and you want at 4 a.m., right? So you say, okay. Here, you just change the thing 0, 4, 0, 0. And here instead of PM, you make it AM. Click next. So what action do you want to task to perform? I say I want to start a program. Click next. What program? So program /script. I already created a script called batch with that batch file, right? So it is now under C drive. You have to point it to that location C. Then project 20 folder. Remember, we keep it there, right? Project 20 and shutdown.bat. And click next and finish. Now this job will execute 4 a.m. in the morning. So when you open this batch file, what is inside of that batch file? Shutdown space -R. So you say, okay, I just execute this command now. It will reboot this machine automatically every day at 4 a.m. Right? This is the cool stuff, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed. So I'll continue this type of video. So please watch my channel for the coming videos as well. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Take care.